I had her. She said, I holding. That's the funniest part. My mom knows I'm a dumbass, so she was like, I said, all right. And I was like, I told Austin exactly what. That's why he reminds me. That's why he.
No, she knows.
He looked at me. All his friends. I'm saying like
we're going to a corner. I don't know.
And like, so brother looked. So I was about to leave. I ate everything. I didn't bring.
I trying to bring back a half. Like
that's how I because I. Because we're gonna. Exactly what.
Because okay, but it's okay though because we told y'all that.
Yeah, or we might just.
Reaction you'd expect from a mother facing that sort of accusation. And the longer the conversation goes, the more convinced Bruciaga becomes that the mother sitting in front of her knows more than she's letting on. So the detective decides to take an even bigger risk this time and make an accusation that most investigators would hesitate to ask this early on.
So, did you shoot Jay?
No, I didn't.
No.
He's a kid. He's a baby.
I know, but somebody did.
But no.
But I also feel like you know more than you're telling me.
But I don't.
Because again, I'm telling you, based on your demeanor, I think you know what happened. And I know it's your car. And I am gonna confirm it on video surveillance.
I hope you do, because I'm like lost right now.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete.
Just name.
Again, Chavez's reaction isn't what Detective Bruciaga expects at all. Instead of breaking down or reacting defensively, she simply denies it with a sorrowful face. This response leaves Bruciaga torn between two possibilities. Either Chavez is innocent but in complete shock, struggling to process what's happening, or she's carefully keeping her composure to hide a guilty conscience and protect her children. Either way, she sticks to her story, and with nothing concrete so far, the interview comes to an end. But even without proof, Bruciaga can't shake the feeling that her instincts are right, that one of Jay's killers is sitting in this very apartment. With her doubts only growing, Bruciaga decides to move quickly and verify Chavez's version of events with the one person who can either confirm or contradict it, her son, Angelo. Within an hour, investigators head straight to Angelo's workplace to talk to him in person. Whatever he tells detectives will either clear his family or make things even worse for them.
So there you guys plan to meet.
I didn't plan nothing. She assumed. And I was just like, we're good. We had all this. We had all this shit. So like, we're good. He said he wanted to do 8 o'clock.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she, you mean your mom said?
That's what he told me. That's what Jay told me. Like that's what Jay told to tell my sister to tell me. But so on and so forth. This is like I told her. Like,
That you're supposed to meet. Where were you guys supposed to meet?
he just said he wanted to fight me. 8 o'clock in the morning. So I assumed we got my door.
Angelo confirms most of what detectives have already heard from his sister and mother, saying Jay wanted to box it out that morning, but the fight never happened. Beyond that, there isn't much new information, and his version of events lines up neatly with his mother's timeline. For now, their stories seem consistent. But until those details can be verified, Detective Bruciaga knows she has to take everything they've said at face value. However, before investigators can dig deeper, Angelo's mother suddenly walks in, and this time, she's far less cooperative.
He's not even a rape. I'm not even be talking to him. He's telling me.
But he's not in trouble, so he doesn't have to be 18 for us to talk to him.
I don't understand. I don't understand why.
I mean, it's up to him. If he doesn't want you here, he doesn't have to have you here.
Huh? Yeah, this is correct. And the bar is here. I had to have him go pick up.
Talk to my sister.
So there is one thing that we are going to need, just like you told with your sister, we didn't get your phone. So we're going to secure it. We're going to do a warrant.
I need it. I don't have a phone.
But your daughter's
an investigation like I explained to you earlier, Elizabeth. I'm taking your phone. You're not giving it back until I'm done with it. But as soon as I'm done with it, I will give it back to you.
Do you want me to take you to go find where your car was left? Because we've been all over there and we can't find it anywhere.
Well, I'm gonna go shortly, but I want to make sure that my kids and my family get home. And right now, my biggest concern is I just want to go home.
What's your biggest concern?
I don't go home.
No, you absolutely go.
Despite investigators' attempts to convince her otherwise, Chavez insists on taking Angelo home. Even if her intentions are innocent, this sudden change in behavior doesn't help their case at all. If anything, it makes it look like an attempt to shield her son from further questioning. With the interview shut down, officers seize the family's phones, hoping digital evidence might reveal what they're not saying out loud. Back at the police station, detectives spend the next couple of weeks combing through statements, surveillance footage, and phone data. What they find begins to reshape the entire case. Among the first discoveries are text messages showing that Chavez was directly involved in arranging the so-called boxing match between her son Angelo and her daughter's boyfriend Jay. In one exchange, Elizabeth texts Jay saying that Mom says they'll be there at 8. Other messages suggest there may have been a gun involved. In one text, Elizabeth writes, "I'll be there too because I don't want anything like they pull a gun out." Investigators also uncover signs that Jay and Elizabeth's relationship was deteriorating, with both of them talking about breaking up. In one message, Jay tells her directly, "I'll talk to you when it comes to the baby, but I ain't doing this with you anymore." But even more alarming were the contradictions in the family's statements. Elizabeth told detectives her boyfriend didn't leave the house until 10 that morning. Yet, Jay's phone shows him texting others about Angelo not showing up as early as 8 o'clock. In one of those messages, Jay texts a friend. "They didn't show. 8 o'clock, the mom said, and it's 9. Man, her family's a bunch of a**holes, I swear." Additionally, detectives uncover another name that hadn't come up before. Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert. In his messages, Gilbert expresses anger towards Jay and even makes promises of retaliation. By the end of the review, Detective Bruciaga becomes convinced that the entire family might be involved in planning what happened that day. Now, it's no longer a
Listen, I told y'all, it's always something. I don't say that it was. It looked like it.
question of what happened, but who did it and exactly why.
But we're
In the days following Jay's murder, investigators were at a standstill. Because Angelo and Elizabeth are still minors, their mother refuses to let them speak with police, effectively blocking detectives from getting any answers directly from them. But 20 days after the shooting, that changes. Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth Baldonado, turns 18 years old, and her mother can no longer stop her from talking. Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and convinces her to come down to the station to see the new evidence they've uncovered, carefully leaving out that it's evidence pointing towards her own family. The goal is simple: find out who was directly involved in Jay's killing, or better yet, get a confession. But before we get to that, do you struggle with deciding what to cook every day, or just end up ordering food every time? HelloFresh might be the best option for you. It saves you both time and money on your daily meals. They're America's #1 meal kit, making home cooking easier with chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. But this fall, they're serving up even more to love. HelloFresh has doubled its menu, now offering over 100 options each week. Backfire, because unlike her mother, Elizabeth's reaction will be very different.
Now that some time has passed and you've had time to think about it, Elizabeth, I want to hear what happened. Because I think you know more than you told me that day.
I don't know anything. I really don't. Why would you guys assume that? Why would I know anything new about that?
Because I have your phones, and I've looked through your phones. And so I do believe you know more.
What would I know more about? About who killed him? About who did it? No, I don't know. I really don't know who did it. If I knew who did it, I would have told you already.
So I know that you and him were having some problems, and he broke up with you and you wanted to get back with him, and he told you no. I will talk to you when it comes to the baby, but that is it. And he wanted nothing to do with you.
So you're saying that I had someone do something to him? Are you
It's a question.
serious?
Okay, here's the thing, okay?
I
have to
loved
I'm
him more than anything in the world. I would never do anything like that. I would never have anyone do anything like that because I loved him more than my whole life.
And actually, I do know that because you guys texted, I love you so much. Tons. So I do know that, okay? But you have to understand, Elizabeth, I'm investigating his homicide. Somebody killed him, okay? Have you ever watched homicide shows?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so you have to know that if I see anything like that on the phone, you have to know that I have to ask you these questions. Because at this point, I have gone through your phone, I have gone through your brother's phone, I have gone through Josue's phone, I have gone through other things, and I have to ask these questions because I have a feeling you know more than you're telling me.
I don't! I really don't! I don't know anything more than I'm telling you.
As planned, there is no small talk or warm-up. Right away, Detective Bruciaga tells Elizabeth she's not being fully honest. The approach is blunt, and it's clearly hitting a nerve as Elizabeth quickly grows defensive. But Bruciaga isn't backing off just yet. She's about to bet everything on her next move, laying out every piece of evidence she has against the family in hopes of eliciting an admission from Elizabeth.
Okay. So you brought up that your brother Gilbert had mentioned and said that he was going to send someone up there to take care of
But he didn't. Because my brother knows that if he were to do anything, I would never.
Let's be honest. Right then, he didn't want to take this fucking car.
I know,
This
but
was
now
he had in her
he
back pocket.
knows. I got some.
Yeah, some is
Nice. Like, you know,
Yeah. Since you don't want to talk, I'm gonna make you talk.
Or to speak to him again, or at all. I would have him part of my life at all.
So Gilbert didn't do it.
Why would my brother